Have you seen all these videos on YouTube where they're asking men over 50 how they got so jacked? This is Mike Norris from Mike Norris Fit, help men over 50 get healthy, lose weight, and so that they can live a healthier lifestyle. Yeah, I've seen these videos everywhere on YouTube. Once you start searching something, it just popped up. Then I started searching in there everywhere. It's mostly men. But I think the oldest I saw was like 69 years old, unbelievable, and the rest of them were over 60 and some in the middle, late 50s, and they find them at like these beach gyms that are outside. You see a lot of them there hanging out. Some of them are just walking at the beach, whatever, and they ask them, "How'd you get so jacked? What's your secret?" And a lot of them said the same thing. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't. Should reemphasize a lot of what I say. Basically, they say that they are consistently working out, and they work out a lot more than somebody who's new and just trying. They do pretty much like I do. Most of them said they're working out. They are moving 7 days a week, but they do some type of weight training 6 days a week. Some of them said seven days a week. I've been there. I know that. But there were guys doing different types of things. They all had six packs. They all had incredible bodies, regardless of the age. A 69-year-old guy had a six pack. And most of them said, and this is the surprising part, but I get this too, because, a video a couple months ago, I talked about I could eat pretty much anything during Christmas for a whole month and a half. I ate terrible and I only gained 2 pounds. These guys, they were saying, hey, I eat ice cream, candy bars, whatever I want to eat, for the most part. But these guys are working out seriously hard. Their workouts, hour and a half, 2 hours. That's what I do now. They tell you that men over 50 years old, you shouldn't be doing that. And you shouldn't unless you've been doing it for a long time. A couple of the guys were kind of like me. They said they were in really great shape when they were younger, athletes, whatever. Then they gained weight or whatever. One guy lost a good bit, like 50 pounds or something, but he was a really big guy. And once they went back to working out, they were able to lose weight and get in shape very quickly, which is true. There's something to that old thing. If you were an athlete when you were younger, or you did a lot of physical stuff, even if it was 20, 30, 40 years ago, for some reason your body rebuilds itself pretty fast. They ask about, now there was one guy who said that he credited food for 90% of it. And he was one of the guys in his 70s. He said, and these were, men who, white, black, Hispanic, it's crazy. And you hear something, it kind of validated what I do working out 6 days a week. But the big thing is, and a lot of them said this, and people ask me how I work out, and I said, well, I work out by feel. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, I have a game plan, but I really, it can change when I go to the gym. I'm working out what I feel like, how I feel. And you can do that after you've been working out a long time. You can't necessarily do that when you're younger and you need to hit your different body parts. But a lot of those guys said they work out by feel. They work out 6 to 7. They work out 6 days a week, 1 day a week off. Some guys were working out 5 days a week, and they have a recovery day, which I'm going to do a video on recovery days, what you should do during a recovery day. They're still lifting, but they're lifting differently, or everybody was not lifting weights. There were a couple gentlemen they talked to that were there was a place like this in Mexico where I lived. There was a bunch of pull-up bars, places to do push-ups, monkey bars to climb on, stuff like that. It was like a monkey bar gym. And they were doing nothing but that. There was a couple guys, and they were really lean and cut. So there's all different types of ways that you can, you can lose weight, get healthy, get your six-pack and all that good stuff. I put a couple videos out lately about getting that summer body in, and I'm going to key in on another one in the next day or two on that gut. I'm going to make a video just about the gut. I've talked about it, but this time I'm going to really key in on some things. But it's just amazing. If you go look at those videos, if you want some motivation, just put in jack men over 60 or whatever, crazy fit men over 50 or over 60, because most of these guys were over 60, to be honest with you, and made me feel bad. I got to get my six-pack going here. Now I guess a lot of them were in Florida or California, places like that, because they were already, could tell they were close to the beach or at the beach. And I need to, I've got a six-pack. When you get down to about 20% body fat, you'll see the outline of a six-pack. When you get your fat down to about 20%, I'd say the average man is probably at 30% or higher. But it's really not that hard to get it down to 20% if you're at like 30%. And those are the guys who, by the time they go to the beach this summer, they could be looking really good. So you look at those for those videos to make sure you got some good motivation. But I'm tell you, they're not telling you anything different than when I tell you. And these men are in fabulous shape, unbelievable shape. And so a couple of them still working full time and still basically going to the gym for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then riding a bicycle or walking or doing something. Most of them said if you took all in, what they do each day is 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, and I'm right at that 4-hour mark pretty much with what I do each day. I'm retired, and a couple of them had full-time jobs and they were still doing it. They said they just get up early, or after kids go to bed. A couple of them had kids. I guess they were in their middle 50s or whatever, and still had kids in school and stuff. And they said they just do it whenever they can do it. They really look at their times that they have available, and they make a plan, and they go get it. And some of them worked out at home, but a lot of them they come to that gym on the outside. Those outside gyms, they get a workout in there, or a second. Some guys, I swear, I know they're working out 2 times a day. They're getting a second workout, or they're going down there and hanging out and just walking around so they can be seen at the beach. Anyway, if you like the video, give it a like. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I just wanted to give you maybe a little bit of motivation to go look at those videos and see what's possible when you're over the age of 60, even over the age of 70, man. It's really crazy. Talk to you later.